Be able to hear us.
Okay. The live.
No, 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 no. That's that. So it should be just she should just see me right now, and you should see Mo right now. Can you see us now?
Can you see us now? Can you see us now?
Yeah, I seen. But can you hear us at all? Talk, Mo.
Yeah. You can't hear us.
What? Okay. Thank you, bro. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. Hey, I'm just gonna try to bring it in. This is crazy because, like, deep down in my soul, I know I should have prepared for this shit earlier, but I'm at that point right now. Hold on. We'll go to my overlays. We'll go to new image. All right, so we should be on. So, like, what are they saying?
We should be, but just waiting to hear back.
Can anyone hear us? No, no, yes, yes. Press one if you can hear us. Press one if you can hear us. Talk, Mo. No, you were unprofessional because you off. That's a whole fact. You did that shit.
Okay.
So Brooke said we're still frozen, but I don't know how she perceives that as far as like where we are now. So like because you have access to her, you can text her maybe. Or
I've been texting.
yeah, no, but if she's still like we're frozen.
I've been texting.
No, 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 no. I'm such a failure. So we should be good now. Talk.
I'm talking now.
Yeah, I feel like everyone sees you, but if they don't see you,
we're frozen. I think.
No, we're not frozen.
We're not. Okay.
No, but I'm mad that like I'm supposed to be like 4 and you're supposed to be 2. She said good now. So all right, boom. So this is what we'll do, bro. Thank you. So we're in there now. I can't hear and see you. You, me, and me. Miles, I got you. But at the same time, I'm gonna try to transition the Miles piece to this. So all right, so this is me, right? And let me see if this sticks for Mo. So if this is no, but I think that like the way this is done is like our same camera. So what we'll do is I'll make Mo his own camera. So I'll dead this for Mo. Hold on. Just we're learning together, guys. We're really learning together.
My mom said that she sees me.
She sees you, right? No, but I'm gonna try to make her see you a little better. Hold on. So now I'm gonna add. I'm gonna go to the overlays thing, show overlays panel,
All
and
right.
then, huh?
I said, all right. Yeah,
All right.
all right.
I feel like we having an earthquake right now. Did you feel that?
That might have just been me moving. Is that
Oh, okay.
unprofessional
Nah, I
too?
feel like it was an earthquake.
Is that me being unprofessional too? Because I
Oh
moved. Are you talking about
God,
my weight?
son. Bro, you taking shit mad personal,
what?
son.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm sensitive about my weight.
I don't know if you're sensitive about your weight. First
My
of all,
doctor tells me that I'm a big fat cow and I like to eat ho-hos.
all right, bro. That's what your doctor told you. So you trying to say I'm your doctor?
I know. I'm just saying, I'm sensitive about my weight.
How would I know that?
You should know.
How? I owe that to you?
You should.
So you trying to say I owe that
We
to you?
good now? We good?
I think we good. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so let's get back to what you were saying. How was your week?
My week was eventful, bro.
Okay.
It was interesting because, like, so now I want to put the camera to me.
Yeah,
so
put the
like,
camera
I feel like, so like, I went to like one of my best friends. Like, he's having another kid, right?
Mhm.
Shoot, and then like, it's interesting because like he's having another kid, and he's like, yo, bro, I brought my son to like his baby shower,
Mm-hmm.
and then like, you know how I am. I'm like, yo, son, like my son's not gonna take no food from another man's hands, right? And then it's like he was surprised. I feel like he was surprised that I showed my son that, but then it was like, yo, son, like you don't know who I am. Like, yeah, I showed my son that, son, because like if you can do for yours, like if you can do for yourself, like why have another man do it? And then he just looked at it from a place of love, and I was like, man, I never looked at it like that. Sorry, but my son's still on that same type of time.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? Sorry, bruh.
So you won't let your kid eat food from another
man's hand. Would you? Oh, no, I'm asking you. Would you?
I don't have any kids, but if I
No,
did,
if you did,
if
yeah.
I did, you know what? I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't. This is
You
one of
don't
those,
say,
this
Mo.
is one of those things where I think that I actually agree with you. I wouldn't have somebody else feeding my kid.
But even if it was a little kid, though.
Nah.
Yeah, it's like, yo, you teach your son, if you could do it for yourself, do it for yourself, Pop.
Like it's one thing if you hand them something,
Mm-hmm.
like a chip or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you say I'm sitting in my seat,
Who?
Brooke.
You ain't shit, son. This is you thinking about.
No, she said she sent me the picture.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
Someone's texting me right now.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
No audio on it.
I ain't shit. So hold on. It's on now, right? You're back now. Yo, Brooke, I don't know what's up with this shit. This shit's crazy. And like it's on Mo right now, but it's not really like on Mo. Like it's on us. Like we trying to figure this shit out. Like even if like you see how like the shit's going from Mo to Miles and it's like I'm not even understanding the stream. I'm about to switch this whole shit right now because I'm thinking it might be the profile. But like it is kind of like late in the show to do that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's on Mo right now.
All right. So
go ahead, Mo. Just talk heavy.
All right. So
I was gonna put it on both of us, so just so people can may be able to see it.
All right. So my week, I actually just started to try to get in contact with all my old basketball buddies, and so it's just exciting because I remember when these guys were young and athletic, and now we all old, so we're like, yo, we're still trying to get back into it. We're still trying to play, so we're trying to schedule.
Yeah. Talking to Mike though, yeah, because that shit sound different when you talking to Mike. Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Way different. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Right. How about this? Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
So like we're gonna start getting together and playing ball again. So
who you and Brooke?
No.
Oh,
No, Brooke don't play ball.
all right. I don't know that.
Yeah, she don't play ball. But me, my buddy Charles, trying to get my buddy Eddie to start playing again.
Mm.
Little Mo is gonna start playing again. So we
Who's
got
Little Mo?
Little Mo. So we had three Mo's on. We had three Maurices on the team at one point,
Mm.
and we had a 6'7" Mo,
Mm-hmm.
and we obviously called him Big Mo.
No.
And Little Mo,
You
was,
called another man Big Mo?
he's Big Mo, yeah. He was Big Mo.
So that he got the same name as you and you called him Big Mo?
Yeah, we called him Big Mo because we couldn't decide who when we're calling for each other. When we're playing basketball, we have to say, "Hey, Big Mo, get on the block," or we would say, "Oh, Little Mo, go to the corner."
Right.
And me, I was Jumping Mo.
Oh, I know. Like I know y'all was using Native American names. I get it though.
But I was.
He said jumping. I'm Jumping Mo. Okay. Sure.
But I was Jumping Mo because I could out jump both of them together.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're all trying to get back together and start playing again, and I'm really excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are we live yet?
Yeah, we've been live.
We've been live.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
you was Jumping Mo.
Yeah. So it'll be good. I think it'll be good. Because I haven't seen.
I was just point that microphone a little bit up. I feel like I'm getting some static, but that's all my fault, of course, guys.
But
Okay.
but yeah, so I feel like it'll be good. It'll be good for my mental health, and I've gotten out of it for a while, and I think that it'll be good to just get out there and play with those guys.
You think you the same?
No, we're not the same, and that's the beauty of it.
Mm.
You know, because the thing is that your athleticism goes away a little bit, but your thought process, you're still a student of the game, and you still the most athletic team can't beat a lot of times nine times out of 10 they can't outbeat a smart older team. They can't, and it's because we've been doing it for a long time. We know how to. Now we may not be able to out jump another team, but we can box out. We still can do the fundamentals, and so that's the nice thing about playing against some of these, not so much younger guys, but a little bit younger. The lowest age I think we'll go is like 32, 33. And go to the parks and play. And if people want to challenge us and people want to play us, then that's fine. We just go to slow.
So that's your MO?
Yeah.
So y'all go to the parks and play like kids that like think that they got it?
No. We go to the park. We'll play our 3-on-3s, and if what happens is like if you have a 3-on-3 on one end of the court, and then you see another group of people coming on the other side of the court, then they may say, "Oh, let's run a game." And a lot of times if they have a 3-on-3 on their side, then it turns into, "Hey, let's play 5-on-5 with subs." And so we still keep our core people because we know how each other plays. And so eventually, once you get into good enough shape, then we can start joining like over 40 leagues, 35.
Oh, so you trying to basically get the homies to that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like I have to be the one who structures that because,
right.
I'm the youngest, but I still have it. And I think those guys still have it too. And especially at that age where you're playing against other guys that are the same age as you, it's like you've aged together. You know what I mean? So
it's interesting that you think like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yo, yeah, it could be one thing like that as far as like trying to get the homies together. But like understanding who your friends really are. Dynamic base, so it's like, yo, it could hurt, it could harm, it could do whatever to whatever dude that is like your homie.
Well, I mean, the thing is that as you get older, your priorities change. So
talk about that. That's interesting.
If I start, I'm not going to be able to play 3 or 4 times a week. Not because I don't have the physical capability of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's because, you know, um, our priorities change. So one of my priorities is I can't do Wednesday nights.
Mm.
Another one is, listen, at least I can't do Friday nights either because I want to spend that Friday night with Brooke and just kind of reminisce about the week and talk about how things, have a drink, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and I want to have that time, you know.
Right.
I can't do Saturdays and Sundays. I can do Saturday or Sunday, So your priorities just change because you don't want to be out playing basketball for a good portion of the day either,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you just have things going on, especially when it starts getting nice out. You
Mm.
want to start doing things with your significant other. Me, like I said that I told Brooke that I wanted to start doing more things in the springtime. We're gonna start hiking. We're just gonna start doing more things that are outdoor um because in the wintertime I'm just a hermit. I don't go anywhere.
I see that. Nah,
I don't want to go.
and not that like I see that from a point that you're not doing it, but I see it like as a point like, yeah, that shit is real. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you might not, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Now
You.
that's dope.
Yeah. So I mean, it'll
And yeah,
be.
Shorty understand that. She's saying like, yes, now you need to recruit that. So that's fly.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it'll be good. It'll be good for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, I think it'll be good for. It'll also be good for Brooke because she'll be able to meet some people that knew me when I was younger, and
Mm.
so they may be able to tell her stories about, hey, this was how he hasn't changed,
Yeah, you're
or
not scared of that. That's some dope shit about you. Like, you're not scared of like somebody else's perception of like how you was in the past.
yeah,
That's dope.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
But that's how my week was. I've been trying to rally the troops up, and some people I can get a hold of. Other people they looked at my comment about, hey, listen, we gotta lace them back up. One guy looked at it and he's like, he just ignored it.
But could you see how that could be scary to somebody else?
Of course, of course.
So that's that.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what the reason is for
Mm-hmm.
unless they say it. So it could be because he could be like, I don't really want to see anyone. My priorities have changed. He could
Mm.
also say, he could also have an injury that I don't know about and he doesn't want to talk about it.
Right.
There's so many different angles that you can go about it, but at the end of the day, if
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to if you don't want to go back out and do those things, then I understand it. I get it. You know, my buddy, he has 2 kids now, and if he doesn't have the time to be doing that, then I don't expect him to respond. And
Right.
I'm not going to take it personally. It's just we
Okay.
all have different priorities at this point. It's not like somebody can just say, "Oh, well, listen, we got to start playing basketball again," and then everybody's just going to jump to it. But
Right. No, no, no. And the reason I said that to you is like it's just because of that. It's like, all right, like sometimes like somebody might think something
mhm.
and you might not be thinking the same thing. So like how do you really look at it? Especially when it's like in hindsight, right? In hindsight, you might be like, oh man, like my buddy was going through a hard time and he might not be going through the same thing I'm going through. Like when you have children or you do anything else in your life, it's like I might have lost a step. And that's just like how a man thinks, like I might have lost a step. But then like the thing that motivates you is friends, right? Like friends might say, nah, you good. Like it doesn't matter, like we all here doing the same thing.
Well, I think the thing that we have to recognize, and I'm the first person to say it because I talked to a few of these guys, is you know the first thing that is the first thing that they said was, hey, I lost a step, I gained weight,
Yeah,
COVID really got me.
right.
And so my thing was, yo, COVID got everybody.
Mm,
And this is the perfect opportunity for us to go out and start doing things together like we used to, because we all understand that we We all lost a step.
And so it's funny. So, like with my best homeboys, I was like planning a trip to Sedona, right? Yeah, I'm retired, ring, and all that stuff. But I was like, yo, this is like I need like a resurface. Like I need like a grounding moment,
Mm-hmm.
right? My mom's super hippie, and like she always tells me like, yo, you need to get regrounded, but like she'll never tell me heck how. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna plan a trip to Sedona. I'm just gonna just do it, and my friends are telling me like, all right, we could do it, and like I realized how adamant I was on planning the trip.
Right.
And dudes are like, yo, calm the fuck down, son, or I'm not going. And I'm like, yo, son, you don't need to fucking go then, B. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, I honestly need all of them to go.
Well, I mean,
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not a game, like, to me, but it's like, no one wants to seem like they're on that level. But I see what you're saying.
well, I mean, you have to think too. If you're planning a trip, some people want to go on trips for different reasons, you know, and you may need that trip to kind of recharge the batteries.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might need that,
Right.
you know, and when they need to get away, they don't want something to be planned out because their whole life is already planned out. You know, they may work a job where they have to take orders from somebody all the time,
Of
and
course.
they're just like, well, you know, I kind of want to carefree, just, you know, hey, are we gonna? We should go for a hike today. Oh no, you know what? Let's just go into town.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it's not really planned out. You know, and some people are like that. You
Mm.
know, so if it's people get so used to their job because everybody has a boss. You know,
Mm.
and so
Yeah,
they don't.
you know, yeah, you was trying to rock me to sleep. I don't really get on that. Like, I don't think everybody has a boss.
No, everybody does have a boss.
I feel like, yo,
Everyone
boss is,
has.
I feel like that's so subjective.
Yeah, but everyone has somebody who they have to answer to.
I mean, I don't feel like that.
Well, right now you may not feel like that, but who was
I don't feel like I never felt like that. I don't feel like I ever felt like
you never felt like that. You
that.
never
Nah,
felt
like,
you
I
had
feel like,
somebody.
no, again, like, yo, with me, the way I live my life, is like, yo, I feel like I was having fun in the mainstream
Okay.
until it wasn't fun. So it's like I never felt like I had a boss like that was gonna make me like do something I was uncomfortable with. Like until like it wasn't until I started stop having fun that put me into my situation I'm in right now.
So if you didn't have a boss that didn't allow you to have fun, then what type of boss did you have?
That's the only boss I had. Like all my like anybody that was ever to like a that was ever like at a superiority deal with me.
Mm-hmm.
I always seen the good in them. So it was like, yo, like I was rocking it the way I was rocking it. It wasn't until like recently where I was like, yo, this person think they my boss.
Right.
I ain't fucking with it. But that's me.
But you did have a boss though.
No. It's like, yo, if that person felt that they my boss and I felt like that, that's recent for me.
Okay.
Like my whole life, I never really felt like nobody was my boss. I felt like I was pissed with everybody. Like if you look at anybody like that was ever like you would say like in charge of me, we was friends first. But until I started seeing snake shit, I was like, yo, this person not my friend. Like what the fuck are they saying? You know what I mean? You
But-
take people's word for different than what
you
it
know
is.
what the thing is that you had soldiers under you, right?
Right.
So if you had soldiers under you, then you would be considered their boss. And so what I mean is
Mm-hmm.
is that there's always going to be someone who is you know guiding and who is your boss and maybe you don't feel like you had somebody who really had to guide you like that because you can guide yourself. And you know what I mean?
Nah, I felt like I had many people to guide me. But when it comes to like when somebody tell you that they your boss, it's like, yo, it's an advantage that they're trying to like exploit. I feel like, yo, you never gotta tell me that shit if we got the same mission.
So so at my job,
Yeah,
um, I've had many bosses. I've had many supervisors,
apparently.
and they are
Yeah.
the ones who are in charge. They're the ones who I had to ask permission to do certain things,
Mm.
right? And if you didn't feel that way, then that's fine.
I did never feel that way. Yeah,
And that's okay.
of course,
But the thing is that you are one of those rare people who didn't feel that way.
for sure.
But there are other people who feel that they have a boss, you know, and any way that you look at it,
Hmm.
most people feel that way, you know.
I don't think that, bro. I think that you, not that you're making that up. I wouldn't tell you that, but I would tell you that, like, nah, bro. It's totally subjective. Like, again, like, I think that most people are really interested in your perspective than being in charge of you.
Of course, but ultimately, if something were to happen, if something, let's say that something were to happen in a department, then who are they going to look to first? They're going to look to whoever is in charge of that department, and that's what I mean is that
I guess. Yeah.
no, no,
Okay. Go ahead.
but that's what I mean is that you always, for the most part, a lot of people always have. Well, we'll say, well, you know what? I'll extend an olive branch. All right, we'll say 60-40. Okay, 60% of people may feel that they have a boss, and it is subjective, you
Hmm.
know. But at the same time, people there's a lot of people out there that do feel like they do have somebody that they have to answer to, and when they're on a vacation, there are some people
Hmm.
who don't want to have a boss
Hmm.
that is giving them guidance or saying, "Oh, this is what we're going to do today, and then we're going to do this today, and then we're going to do this today." There are people out there who have somebody to answer to, and that may be your friend's situation. It might be. You never know.
Hmm.
But that's all I'm saying is that some people are like that. Some people aren't. Apparently, you're not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not. But at the same time, like, I bleed just like you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not tripping off this shit like that. But at the same time, I understand how somebody could think like that. I'm just saying I never ever thought like that. And that's to a fault. You know what I mean? Like, that's to a fault. Like, I wish I would have had a better perspective on it, regardless of what I actually see and think now. I'm just telling you, like, when it comes to like business, I always know it's business. But it shocks me sometimes when people don't understand what business is. It shocks me, but that doesn't mean that, like, I don't see it for what it is. If I'm saying the right thing according to what you're talking about.
There, there are people who the only thing that I'm saying is that there are people who feel the way that I was talking about, where
I think so too.
yeah, that's the only thing that I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no, I think so too.
You know,
I think so
if you
too.
don't feel that way, then that's fine. Um, but in the same sense, when you're planning a trip and you have other people plan that are going on that trip with you, and
Hmm.
you're like, oh well, this is what we're gonna be doing, and then they're like, well, yo, I won't go, and you're like, okay, well then don't go. They don't want to they don't some people don't want to go to things like that because they want a vacation to be like almost like carefree. That's all I'm
No,
saying.
that's how I feel.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna sit there and to like give you the props of being like my boss when it's like I don't respect you. You know what I mean? Like, yo, like, to be like, for me to call somebody my boss is like, I could be passive with it, or I could be like, yo, if I call you boss, that's like, yo, I'll fuck with you, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like gas you up and tell you my boss, and you're not my boss, and it's like, now you feel like everybody relates to you like that. You know what I mean? Because that
Well, I
shit
mean, I think
is
that
definitely chop if that's the case.
you've definitely made your point on that you don't feel that you have a boss, and I understand that.
I don't feel like I ever had a boss.
Okay.
Like, I guess somebody that I work for, it's different than a boss. Like, a boss could be like, yo, shoot that man. Nah. Most people I work for.
But that goes against your ethics, though.
Of.
That may go against your ethics, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like a boss can make you go against your ethics. So like you know what I'm saying, like how I consider a boss and how I consider anything, it might be different than the way you might perceive it as I'm saying.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's just fair. Like I never look at her like a boss, like I never looked at somebody like my boss like that. You know what I mean? Like it's fair to consider your boss, but it's like, yo, like how? How,
but you've had supervisors before, correct?
Of course.
So then that's what I mean then.
Oh, that's different. Yeah.
So if you've had supervisors that basically make you they don't make you do anything, but they tell you, hey, this is what needs to happen, this is what you need to execute, things like that. That's what I mean.
Right. No, I can get that. No, that's a fact. But that's different though. But okay.
But
I understand.
what?
No, I just definitely understand.
Yeah, so
And Brooke says I'm losing her. But no, that's a fact. Like, Brooke, the way I look at like a boss is like for you to give somebody that title, that's like only you can give that to them. They can be whoever you are to them. And like the way it's like all about how you perceive respect. Like if you call somebody your boss, is like you've given up on life. And most people don't think of it like that. But that's how I think of it.
Okay.
So like if I tell somebody, yo, boss, if I call somebody boss, I'm just showing vulnerability. Like, yo, you got it with me right now. So it's more of a respect thing.
Okay.
Than what most people might perceive.
That they have to answer to.
Right.
And so when they're going on a vacation, then they don't want to necessarily feel like they're still at work.
I've never been in that situation.
Yeah, but they may perceive it as you.
No.
No? Okay.
Never.
And you know that?
I know that for a fact.
Okay.
I just never been in that situation. But it's dope to me that you're even saying that because maybe that's my naivete. You know what I mean? Like, I just never been in a situation like where I've always looked at it like I'm a person. You know what I mean? And like we're people. And like, I'm not saying that like your trauma, but it's like some real shit. Cause it's like, yo, you feel like that's what the people that like you have to answer to is doing. It's like, yo, how could you do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause like anybody that's been like a part of my team, I always been like, yo, what you want to do? Yo, your kid is sick, stay home. Fuck you asking me for? Like, you know what I mean? But now that you talking, it's like, yo, people don't do that.
No.
Yeah, and that's just fucking me up because I'm like, yo, anybody that, like, anytime I need to stay home, I just hit somebody like, yo, ain't coming in today. Case of the shit, case of whatever. Not thinking about nothing else. Anybody that worked for me, same shit. So it's always been like, yo, zip, like, yo, yeah, I could have the shit on my chest, but like, yo, I don't live your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how I always thought about this shit. So it's just like, yeah, I've been instilled with power at times, and sometimes I've been super vulnerable, but it's like, I'm always the same human.
Okay.
And that's it. Like, yo, I remember a time, me and you was on a mission, and it was like, yo, this is what they want us to do. I'm like, nah. They asking for some impossible shit. Why? You know what I mean? It's like, yo, be up at this time with the van. It's like, son, are your guys up with the van at that time? No? So, like, why are you telling me that shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I told y'all. I was like, and the dude was like, oh, yeah, but, I'm like, nah, son. These motherfuckers is my same age. Like, I'm not doing that to them, like, making them wait for y'all. What are you talking about? And then it's like, it became silly to him at that point, but I was like, yo, son, if I ain't say nothing, you just have my motherfuckers wait.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where then like, y'all asking me, why we waiting? You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, you right.
Yeah. No.
And I hate to be proven wrong on shit like that. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm never gonna let you make, and that was the last time that happened to me. It's like a life lesson. Like, I would never let, and this is my ego a little bit. It's like, I hate when you write on protecting you before me, because my only job is that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So motherfuckers like, yo, I need your guys out there at 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, yo, son, what time you told your guys?
Yeah.
And he say 6:30. I was like, yo, son, my son, my man is out there doing the whole hour waiting for your dudes. Like, what the fuck are they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, you know me for doing
Yeah.
shit like that. So it's like, yo, you talking about time. I understand time as the most valuable asset. And the reason I had the career that I had, you know what I mean, is like simplifying shit like that. Is like, yo, because I told you I got soldiers ready to do some shit or whatever, what makes you think that that's yours and like you can just make my guys like stay up? You know what I mean? Like, these motherfuckers got real lives. And I don't think a lot of people understand that shit. I think a lot of people get caught up in who they are or who they think they are.
Or what their rank is, or
Yeah, but like, rank is subjective. Like, to me, it's like, yo,
yeah.
if you look at like the best people you know, you don't really look at rank. Like, rank is a mirage. It's all about like being a good person. Like, then you just catch yourself in your rank. Like, I woke up at E8. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just woke up that shit, but it's mostly about like the people I impress on. You know what I mean?
So speaking of the military, and I'm not gonna,
Yeah, let me
dive-
take this
dive-
other shit off.
I'm not gonna dive too deep into it, but I know that you're leaving.
Damn near left.
So who are the people that you're gonna miss the most?
I mean, a lot of people I miss the most. It's just like my everydays. Like, yo, like it's mostly like a group of females, man. Like, females, like, of course, in out and west, like, females do what they gotta do for us.
Right.
So that's the like the Ogdens, the Wicklows, you know what I mean, like shit like that. The Vanessas, the Finches, like whoever it is, but it's mostly like females. Like, dudes tend to be whatever, but the dudes that I respect, actually, they not in, and
Mhm.
even if they in, I love them, but it's like a certain ego, and I've always been able to take it a place with my female soldiers.
Yeah.
Better for them to understand me, for me to understand them, for them to tell me, like, I'll tell you a story. Like, I had a female soldier, like, her baby was sick,
Mhm.
right? And like, I needed her more because I failed. And then she's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about this shit. Like, my kid mean the world to me.
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, I'm selfish if I don't let her do this shit before I had a kid.
Yeah.
And then, like, she texts me, like, yo, I thought this shit was about that. Like, I thought, like, if you ain't let me go, I never wanted it to be about, like, me disrespecting you and or my kid. And I was like, damn, how the fuck I brought you there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's never, ever, would ever be my intent. But it happened. So it's perception of how that person took it. But it's like, fuck. When you see a picture like that, it's like, yo, who am I?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
weird. It's corny to me, actually. But it's like, who am I? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, that's what my mission is now. It's funny. Yeah, no, it's real funny because it's like, that's how I look at it. It's like, for her to want to send me that text, it's like, she trying to tell me that I don't know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me to tell her no, what am I doing? Like, it's like stopping a mother from feeding. Like, if she told me, it's the same thing. Like, to me, it's like, yo, she's telling me, yo, like, yo, I forgot to pack the milk. He need breast milk. And I'm like, nah, we here. We at drill.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you forgot. But if the kid is hungry, how could I keep her?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if she forgot, that shit, like, she's a dickhead. for as a parent,
Mm-hmm.
but like the kid not a dickhead for not eating.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And we all do situations like everything in the military, especially, is a situation like that.
you know, most now that I think about it, most of my favorite people in the military are female.
Of course,
You've got,
male not gonna let you get away with that shit.
huh?
Male's not gonna let you get away with that
Well,
shit
well,
because they fucked up in their life.
like I've got Chief Fanchard, Sergeant Vaness, some of my favorite people. Sergeant Ogden, great.
Yeah,
Um, Sergeant Wicklow, I never really see her a lot. I didn't really know her that well.
she
But
the person that told me what you was going through. She was like, "Yo, like, I mean, like that's like one of my best friends in the shit." And it's like when she told me, like, "Yo, Mo knows about this. It's like talk to him about it, but it's like the shit that you wouldn't talk about."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, my fault. I know you came to her at a moment.
But, and I,
we deep in the show.
and and then Quivy,
Yeah.
female Quivy.
Nah, she tight too.
Yo,
She gave me one of the best perspectives I had in my life.
So
I hate
she
talking about this on the show because nobody knows what it's about.
man, but
So,
she always makes me smile. Just real nice. But there's a lot of them. There's a lot of people that are like that. So
Maybe.
most of my favorite people in the military are female.
I'm saying. My mentor is a female. She died though. You know what I mean? Sandra Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny because Kelly texted me last night. She was like, "Yo, can I get your statue?" And we had a funny like story behind that. But like, yo, she broke my statue. Like, I mean, Sandra is dead now, but it's like, and I look at the dead different, and she might feel away about it. But I'm like, nah, she gave me that to protect me. Like, regardless of what it was, I was her favorite. And we all know that right now. And I'm not in anymore like that to reap the benefits. But like, I seen this shit she would do with other people. But like, she always like somehow made an excuse for me. And like that was like my army mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause anything that anybody could say about her, I'd be like, nah, fuck you. Just like no, for real, like, cause you understand, like, I was a bad apple, bro. And she like vowed her almost like to me, I don't even know how it was, but I feel like she vowed her life to me. Yeah. And she held me down. So like, she called me about my job. She go every single thing. She was just like there, like mental advocate, all that. And nobody else saw that in her.
Yeah.
But like when I helped her move, bro. You know what I mean? Like, like for a black person especially, helping somebody move, that shit is love. You got to be very particular on who you ask to, because like that favor that come back is like, shit, this motherfucker helped me move. That's a Y-E-S. That's a Y-E-S-I-R after that. You know what I mean? That's how I look at that shit, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is heavy. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like they make it like that anymore. Like, I remember one time we went on a trip together, her and I. And this is a deep moment. We could end the show after this shit. And this is a failure show, everybody. But if you're still listening, love you. But we were on the trip, and like we just started talking about life. And she started telling me like what she sees in me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then we went to like medieval times. And it was like, yo, we was barbaric. And then she was like, yo, that's why I love you. You always, this and the third, you always like out there with your shit. And I was like, damn, I ain't know people like that about me. Fuck love it. I don't know if people like that about me. But because she's a certain rank or whatever, like I always knew that like she cared for me, mm-hmm. but I never knew like the type of way she cared for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, bro, like I could say like I was the only black person to speak at her funeral. That just don't mean nothing. Cause I was gonna say something regardless, cause I am who I am.
Right.
Like she had some questionable shit at her funeral, as far as I'm concerned. As far as like she had like motor gangs, or oh shit, my shit went off.
Mm-hmm.
She had one of like these motorcycle gangs or motorcycle whatever that did whatever they did. I ain't give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, yo, they came through, they did her shit for her. But I was like, okay. And like, even if somebody was like, oh, that's a racist group or whatever, I'm like, that's Mom Dukes to me, son. Like, so if she was hiding this shit, I couldn't tell. It wasn't shit. And it was like, yeah, anybody else got something to say? I was like, absolutely. It was a bunch of white faces. I ain't know whatever, but I was speaking my truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it be like that sometimes. So I guess I would say like I never get caught up in the bullshit or get caught up in whatever, because I'm like, yo, love is love.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
That's how I see shit.
Well,
Damn, this is a terrible showing. At least for me. But Mo, close this out if you could.
all right. Well,
I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed.
All right, guys. Well, listen. Thank you for watching. If you're still here with us, we are live at 8:00 every Wednesday. Next week, we are gonna make sure that there are no delays. I can't promise about the sound, but I can tell you this.
Nah, the sound gonna be right. Sound gonna be right. Sound gonna be right.
But thank you all. We really do appreciate you.
By the time we get to my foot, I'm just cutting my off. By the time we get to the shit,
Cut me off all show, man.
no. By the time we get to the shit, and let me talk heavy about this shit because I need to have it on some type of wax. We had to niche our show, right? And one of the things that like that's the biggest shit we tried to be on. It's like, cause like in this podcast game, if you guys notice, like we haven't been on the DSPs, right? Because like our show is just chatting, but like digital streaming platforms, right? But it's fine with me, and I don't even know if it's fine with Mo because he don't check, right? But it's fine with me. So I'm like, yo, how do we make our show like stand out? And that's the only reason I haven't been like truly pushing it. All right, good night, bro. Right? And it's like, yo, now I feel like we got a niche. And I'll share with you guys next week. I got like a couple like writing blocks this week. And we're on for the consistency. Last week I had like a retirement outbrief, whatever. But I feel like next week we starting from show one. We're gonna start show one, and we're just gonna do uncomfortable situations. Our shit's gonna be uncomfortable situations, and like that's what we're gonna talk about, not from a weak perspective or whatever perspective. We're gonna come out with the weirdest shit that anybody could feel, and we're the first people to do that. So, dig us on that. You know what I mean? And my man Gersey, he put us on. He put like he was in the think tank with that. So, love.
All right, love, guys.
Love.
Thank you.